and set. And if there is any point or any topic which you want me to revise before unit test 2, please tell me. I will revise those points. Otherwise, I'll revise few points which I feel that are important or not important. It's like for which you might have some doubts or something like that. So let's start with a topic called array. So arrays and lists are two different data types in Python. So but there is a basic difference between array and Python, and the difference is array is a collection of homogeneous elements, whereas list is a collection of heterogeneous elements. For example, let's say if I'm saying a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a collection of homogeneous elements. Why? Because everything is integer. But if I'll write a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 2.5. Now, is it a collection of homogeneous elements? No. First three elements are integer and next element 2.5 is a decimal. So I cannot call it a homogeneous collection. So this becomes a list. Whereas this is a collection of homogeneous elements. Even I can write true. This is also heterogeneous element, even though the true is treated as 1 and the false is treated as 0, still it is heterogeneous collection. So in a Python there is a library called array. In a Python there is a library called array. So anyway, you can directly use list as array, no problem, but there is a library called array. So print dir bypassing array. So then the way you can access the elements from string, you can list, you can access the elements from array. You can update the elements in the array, you can delete the elements from the array, you can add the elements in the array and everything. So it's a package. So let's say I want to create an array. If I want to create a array, how can I create an array? So let's say I'm writing a is equal to array dot array. So array dot array, I can create. So this is my array and let's print a. So I have created the array. So it says what? Array takes at least one argument. It says what? It takes at least one argument. That is a type of array. List, I can create a blank list. Why? It's heterogeneous. It can be anything. Let's say I'm passing here, it is I. It says I. But instead of I, if I'll pass something like this along with I, if I'm passing, let's say 10, 12 and 15. Now A is an array of values 10, 12 and 15 and type of array is I and type of array is I. So let's say if I'll go with something like this, for element in array, and I want to print the element one after another. You can see 10, 12 and 15. So result is 10, 12 and 15. Whereas I, is I part of array? No. It is when I'm printing a, it is telling me that I is an array of type integer elements. So now let's say if I'll print length of a. I forgot one closing element. So what it says, length of a is 3. So now let's say what I'm doing is uh, copy, paste. I'll delete these three values, and then so initially, now check what will be the answer. See here, length of A is 0. So this is an empty array. So what array dot array, it will create an empty array, and we have to specify what the type. So whether do you want an integer array or a floating point array or kind of thing. So and then using for loop like list or tuple, we can iterate through all the elements in an array. Any query or any doubt, class? Anyone? No? Okay, then I'm simply copy pasting these codes in a chat section for your reference, which you can go through. Now let's say A is our array. So let us print a directory of A. Oh, so there are n number of methods which can be used. So let's, what can I do? I can call it say for m in dir of A, and let's print that m. So we'll come to know what are hidden inside this m. See, we know EQ, GE, and all these are what operators which we can overload. GE greater than equal to, greater than, equal, doc, copy, less than equal to, less than, length, and all. So this is one thing. Other than that, what are the methods available? See, pop. So the name indicates it will pop the one last element. Insert, we can insert the element. Append, append and insert, two methods available to add the elements in a list. We can count how many times a particular element has occurred, get the index of an element. We can remove something from the list, reverse, and other things. So let's learn about few methods. Let's learn about few methods like pop and insert and append. Any query, class, till this point? Okay, so here first we have seen we can create the integer array. Let's say I don't want to create integer array, I want to create a floating point array. So can I create a floating point array? Yes, I can create a floating point array. Instead of I'll write D, decimal numbers. So run. See, I have specified 10, 12, and 15, but while creating it, while creating it, it is converted to 10.0, 12.0, 15.0. Means while creating the decimal array, while creating the floating point array or double array, even though we are passing integers, it will be converted to floating point numbers. Like 12 will be converted to 12.5, sorry 12.0, and so on. So here it's a combination of now floating point numbers and integer, and integers are converted to floating point. So D is for what? Creating the decimal array. If you want to create the array of characters, so you can simply use string. No, you can simply use what? String. Why? String is nothing but what? Character array. String is nothing but what? Character array. Any query, class? No? Okay, good. So now let us see how we can add the elements to the list. How we can add the elements to the list. let's say I'm first creating some list. A is sorry. I'm how to add the elements to the array, not list. How to add the elements to the array. So there are two methods. One is append method. Another is a insert method. So here I'm creating an array first. Array dot array. I'm creating an array of integers and values are, let's say, 10, 12, and 15. So now I want to append the element. Let's say I'm using append method. So it will be a dot append. I want to append element, let's say 20. So I'm appending element 20, and after that let's print a. So it is 10, 12, 15, and 20. So the element is appended in a list. A dot append. A value is 20. 20 gets append. So what append does? It will simply add the element at the end of array. What append will do? It will simply add the element to the end of a array. Then let's go for insert. So a dot insert, and I'm passing one argument, let's say 30. I want to insert 30, and after inserting I'll print the array a. So now it is saying that insert takes exactly two arguments given one. So basically insert takes two argument, the location where I want to insert the element and the element that I want to insert. So let's say it is 1 comma 30. So earlier the array was 10, 12, 15, 20. Now the instruction is insert the element 30 at location 1. And as we all know, Python is a zero based language. Means what? The indexing begins from 0. So 10 is location 0, 12 is location 1. So we want to insert one element 30 at location 1. So 12 append will add the element at the end of array, whereas insert will add the element at a specified location in a given array. Any doubt or any query, class? Was I not audible for some duration? Let's say 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something happened like that? Yes, class, please respond. Okay, so just a revision. Insert will add the element 30 at a given location, and since Python is a zero based language, it will append at location 1. So earlier the array was 10, 12, 15, 20, and after insert array become 10, 30. 30 is at location 1. So so there is append method, there is a insert method. So using append and insert, you can add the elements to the array. So now there is a remove method and there is a pop method. There is a remove method and there is a pop method. Okay, now let's say A is my array. It's a integer array. So I values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I want to pop the element from the array. Now I want to pop the element from an array. So let's say x is equal to a dot pop. So pop the element from the array and let's print the value of x. So what it will do, it will pop the last element from the array, that it will remove the last element from the array and it will return that element. The pop function, it removes the last element from the array and it returns also. So here we have popped the element, stored it into X and printed it. So it works fine. So without any problem. So let's go for remove. I'm saying so y is equal to a dot remove and print the value of y. So now we are calling remove method on array. So what it says, remove takes exactly one argument. Remove takes exactly one argument and we have not given anything, and we have not given anything. So how we can remove a particular element and what can be that argument value? So let's say here I am specifying 3. So I'll print y and then I'll print a also. So here see, a dot, initially this x is 6 which is printed over here, that's no problem. What about none? So a dot remove the element from the array, remove the element from the array. So which element we want to remove? Element 3, and we are showing the return value in y, and then we are printing y. But what's the value of y? None. Means this remove method, it removes the element from the array. Remove method, it removes the element from the array, but it returns nothing. It returns nothing. But and if we'll print the array, you can see element 3 is not there in array, it is removed. If I'll print a, you can see that element a is not there in array anymore. We have removed that element successfully. Now let's see what will happen if I'll try to remove the element which is not there in a list, not there in array. So I want to remove element 7 and element 7 is not there in a array. What will happen? X is not in the array. It will give the exception that X is not in the array. So how we can handle it? It's a value error exception. So either I can write try catch block, or if you don't want to write try catch block, then what we can do, we can first check whether a particular element is there in the array or not. I can check whether a particular element is there in the array or not. If element is there in the array, then only I will remove it, otherwise I will not remove it. So I can write something like this: if 7 in A, means if 7 is in A, then only remove 7, otherwise do not remove 7. Okay, I'll create another code, that would be a good idea. Sorry, I'll write a code in new cell, that will be a good idea. Let's say here I will check if 7 is in Y. If 7 is in Y, then only remove it, otherwise do not remove it. So what it says in the type, none type is non-iterable. 7 in A, not Y. A is the array. A is the array. So here what we are doing, Ali, first 2 units. So why you need a note containing the name of topics? All the topics from first 2 units will be there in an exam. Do you have syllabus copy, Ali? Yes, Ali. Syllabus copy, it's first thing that you should have. It's there in our website only, no? So first 2 units from our syllabus. Okay, but for your reference, I can copy paste those contents in chat section. Basics of Python. And where is the next unit? Examples. So if you will see the unit number 2, it talks about hands-on examples. So there will be programs in your UT2. Programs will be asked to write a program to do this or write a program to do that kind of things. Like write a program to identify even and odd numbers, or write a program to calculate factorials. I'm not saying these programs will be there. I'm giving example that programs will be there. So in exam programs, someone was asking programs will be there or not. Unit number 2, it completely deals with hands-on topics. So programs will be there. Any other query, Ali or anyone else related to UT?
Sorry, sir, can you repeat about the programs, please?
Any program can be asked based on using for loop or while loop. So programs will, because our unit number 2, it deals with programs only. Am I right? Unit number
Sir,
2 is
I think
hands-on.
we are unit number two. We take the heuristic search about the search and the.
So this is a Python class.
Sorry, sir. The lecture is AI class. I think it's appearing on my schedule.
It's AI class. Oh, so in a AI class, I'm teaching Python, and no one bothered to tell me. Nice. Uh, so no one even bothered to tell me that in a Python session I'm teaching AI, and no one now is bothered to tell me that in a AI session I'm teaching Python.
Actually, sir, because I thought at first because you are helping us with that assignment about building the algorithm inside of Python. Because of that, I was not telling that.
Um, so this is the attentiveness of our students. They even don't bother what I'm teaching. Nice. So I'm teaching the same subject in. I'm teaching two subjects in one class. Ah, great thing. Oh, so no problem. Let's start with the Python that case. Sorry, let's start with the AI in that case. So class, okay, let's start with AI.